Hello, everybody. Good Sunday. Please let me know if you could hear and see me okay. This is super duper last minute. It seems like. Oh, Jesus. 1 second. Okay. So everything is crashing on my computer for some reason. So I'm glad I asked you guys because it just said that OBS quit suddenly, and I still see OBS. So I'm so confused. Anyhow, I wish I had more time to do these things better. Nowadays, everything is just like super last minute because I'm finishing up the book and everything. But on top of that, my one of my closest friends is here in town with her family, and I only get to see her like once a year now. So we're gonna go watch her son play golf this afternoon. So I will try to stay for the whole 2 hours, but I might cut it down to like an hour and a half. So yes. Hello, JD. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Thank you guys so much for being on time and early, and I apologize for being a little late. I didn't get a chance to film my usual Instagram thing to bring everybody over here, but that's okay. We were going to draw the darkness anyways, so let's just chill. Okay, so hello to Richard, CCCB150, JD, hello, Stefan, hello. Jordan and Ricketts and Arthur, hello. Alrighty, you guys, and Shadow Fox. So it's just us today, which is okay because I'm a little kind of all over the place, and Bear has been a little brat today, and he just doesn't want to go on his walks. He drags his butt, and then he likes to bark at everything. So he's having one of those fits. So alrighty, well, I'm going to start drawing Jackie Estacado, or known as the Darkness. Let's see how far we could get today. I kind of, went to bed thinking about the pose. That way, oh, wow, it's really bright. That way I don't have to think about it when I'm streaming today, knowing that there's going to be a lot going on, so. JD, I kind of figured it was one of your favorite characters because your profile picture has been the Darkness for quite some time. So you know what? I changed my mind about the pose. I just decided I wanted to do something different, and I want to draw one of the Darklings. I think they were my favorite thing in the comic book. So. I pulled up some references of Jackie, so that I drew him quite a bit a long time ago just for fun. So I kind of memorized his old costume, but can never be too sure. And I'm kind of just making chicken scratchers right now since I haven't drawn for a while. So. Oh, sweet. I'm going to have to check that out, JD. Thank you for doing that. Bet it's awesome. And I bet you're excited too to get that commission from Dale. So as you can see, just chicken scratches. I'm a little bit, a little frantic right now because I had so much going on before the stream, so I have to take all that energy and kind of slow down just a tiny bit. Stefan, I'm trying to remember what page was that, or is that a cover? I love how people could, artists could do that, and it still looks awesome when they don't have to draw much, and then you get like. I like his claws though. I don't want to hide his claws, so. Hello, Stephanie. thank you for joining. And I accidentally created another live stream. I don't know if you guys saw. I was like, it said episode 35 because I pushed the wrong button, and I'm like, oh shoot. And I hope nobody's waiting on that one because it would be incorrect completely. All right, you guys, I'm gonna ask you a question because I think about this sometimes. Which artist who got to work on The Darkness is your favorite? Has your favorite rendition of The Darkness? Jackie Estacado. Out of all the artists that worked on The Darkness. Hey, Vince. How does it feel not to have to go to Comic-Con and you could take it easy? Because I know every year during Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, it's always like really hectic, and so for a month straight you're just like doing so much stuff. I've been getting like Facebook reminders and memories of around this time of the year from Comic-Con, and I really miss it. So I'm gonna have to bust my butt just to be able to go next year. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's a bit of a, you know, what am I trying to say here? It's like you're glad to take some time off, but then it's so much fun to go, and the excitement, and it's the one time, once a year where you actually get to not be at your desk, so it is kind of cool that way. That's why I like it. You don't feel like you're just isolated, so. Joe Benitez and Dale are the top two. Michael Brzad. Yeah, I'd have to say Joe was my favorite. Did my favorite rendition of Jackie. I ran out of that watercolor paper I've been using, so I'm using it's like a 9x12, so it's pretty big. This is a fairly big piece. Oh no, it's 11x14. My apologies. Alrighty, let's see. I got some references right here on the side. I think the only thing that's a little that I need references for really is his like chest. This one's a really cool one. I love how Bear just knows I'm live streaming or something and he stops barking and whimpering. I was like, oh my god, he's barking right before the stream. He's not going to let me do this, but he's really quiet. I owe him an apology for disciplining him. Let's see. Stefan, our Cjic was really good. Mark Silvestri. Honestly, most of the artists that got to work on The Darkness, they're like all really amazing. There is one person I wish I got to see drawing him more of him, but he didn't really do a whole lot with him because he had his own thing going. Of course, as you guys know, Michael Turner. Maybe I don't want to use that pencil today. I think in honor of all the artists that worked on him, I should use the pencil everybody else was using for the longest time. Since, it's nice to experiment and have fun every now and then. So I wanted to use either the 2mm or Nephilim Saga. Yeah, you know, I totally get it. And I was just thinking that today, like, for as long as I've been drawing comic books, I just wish I would have started a little earlier, because it takes years to get to a certain point in your career. And on top of that, like, once you know, adult, you have family, you have bills and obligations, and you know, it's not as easy to just kind of do it full time and then get things moving along. So a couple years earlier, I think would have been nice for me. And plus, your skill sets kind of grow quicker that way too, when you're not focused on trying to pay bills. So I'm looking at some references online, so it's blocking my artwork. Let's see here. You know what? I forgot what that piece looked like, Stefan. I'm gonna have to go look it up. With him sitting on the throne. There's right there. I might be skipping around a little bit today, just because I want to try something different. Just looking up his outfit. So I saw something yesterday late. I was on YouTube. That there's gonna be a Ghost Rider movie. Hello, Echo. Hello. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I think everybody's going to trickle in a little slowly today. On top of the fact that some people were probably at Comic-Con, but because I didn't, pretty last minute. I think I created that link to this stream like a couple hours ago. But I'm excited for Ghost Rider in 2028. Especially after watching Project Hail Mary, I thought, oh my god, this is going to be awesome. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to add some spunkiness, like personality, to the Ghost Rider character, so I think it's going to be awesome. And he could play serious as well, so it's like multifaceted actor. I just finished watching Project Hail Mary, so I'm kind of like a huge Ken fan right now. I call him Ken because to me he's still Ken, even though he's not actually Ken. And I started watching Masters of the Universe. I have to rewatch it again because I fell asleep. And it's not because it was boring, it's just because I usually watch it right before bed, and you know, by that time I'm pretty burnt out already, so. I agree with you, Nafone. He is the GOAT. He could play practically any character, and it's pretty awesome. We might just be doing pencils again today. I don't know, because the darkness has so much detail that I don't want to just rush through it and then try to ink it and stuff, and it just wouldn't look right. Excuse me, guys. I have to get some water. think this lack of sleep this past week and stuff is starting to get feel a little cold coming, and the weather's been strange. It's been really hot and really cold all at the same time, so. Anything else you guys excited for? Any of the announcements that came out during Comic-Con? I didn't keep track of all of it, so I'm not quite sure if I missed something besides the new Avengers movie. And what do you guys think of that? You know, it's been how many years has it been since the last Avengers movie? Endgame. All right, JD. Pre-dibs for JD on Jackie. Thank you so much. I will hold on to these for you guys. And, you know, I kind of know the characters you guys like, so won't be hard for me to remember this. Let's see. I like that. I love seeing all the cool drawings on Google of Jackie. I'm just trying to find the quintessential design so that, you know, I get his essence. I don't know if you guys ever seen Mark Silvestri draw in person, but man, when he draws, I could show you how he does it, but I wouldn't be able to imitate it. But he just goes like this. He just draws really fast. He's talking to you. It's like he's thinking on paper while he's talking, and every line he makes is like it kind of he has so many lines, and it's forming like these beautiful shapes. And I might get my hand dirty today, but that's okay. I don't have to wear the glove, so. And I think he uses a pen half the time, a ballpoint pen, for his sketches that he does at the shows. I'll try to lock his face in so that we have something to look at, per usual. Let me get his collar correctly, the design of it, because a lot of times it's in shadow and I can't really make out, you know, what it looks like. Some of these pictures or drawings are really tiny. Here's Joe's version of it. Here's Mark Silvestri's version of it. I mean, I could probably make up my own a little bit. Ooh, this is a pretty big image. Open in new tab. Sweet, okay. I think this is a good reference. And this is Silvestri's version, and this is the cover for, trade paperback or something. So I finished the cami piece, and I mean, well, in terms of the pencils, I haven't done anything more with it than that because I want to see what you guys do, and I have a lot of drawing to do as is. So I'll probably finish it later, maybe on another live stream or something. Any piece I haven't finished yet, I could probably do a few pieces in one live stream, you know, just complete it and everything on a live stream instead of just letting it sit there, especially because a couple of you guys called dibs on it, so all those pieces. All right. I knew I did something wrong with his outfit. I love this pencil so much. And you know what? I just realized I'm using bristle today. So the pencil, the mark making with the pencil is smoother than on the watercolor paper. So let's see here. Give me a 6-pack. I'm trying to figure out where to put one of the darklings. Maybe a couple of darklings. I don't know yet. I just know that they add to the piece. And okay, Urana. I think I know who. What show does she have again? Unless I'm thinking of a different artist, but yeah, drawing on paper gives you a different type of energy versus digitally, where you have an endless way of fixing and editing things, which is not a bad thing. I mean, I kind of do that when I'm drawing on paper anyways. I just erase or use whiteout if I inked already. Okay, let's draw the detail on his mask. And the key is not to make his the front part of his mask look like a nose, because then it looks kind of weird. So I have to be really careful with how I design it right here. Okay, it goes upwards. That's how they do it. Okay. One second. Yes, Jordan, drawing hair is fun. It's actually one of my favorite things to draw. And it also adds movement if there isn't any sometimes. Depends on the hairdo though. And I'm still trying to figure out the movement and flow of his hair. Okay, let's add some of the prongs on the back. Just for, what do you call it? Movement and design. This is a little bit rougher than my usual approach because A, it's warming up, and B, I'm just trying to get into the flow state, especially because I love drawing the darkness, and it's been a long time though. I want to make sure it looks right. Does Mark have a live stream, you guys, that I'm not aware of? I wish I could watch it, or I wish I would have known about it sooner. Correct me, but didn't David Finch also draw the darkness at one point? Wasn't there like a crossover, or am I confusing that with someone else? Outside of just the variant cover. I like his the gems, or the orbs, I guess, gems or orbs on his arm design. Let me see if I can find one. That one's pretty nice. Okay, so it's like this, and then there's a green one right here. Oh, Todd's live stream. Okay, gotcha. Now I know for sure Todd streams. So. And he starts barking. I could hear him. I know you guys can hear him too. He's a feisty little guy today. The more you try to stop him, John, the more he's gonna want to bark. I'm gonna to be the darkness today. I'm gonna pose for the darkness. It's always interesting because it's easy for me to pose for female characters and get it pretty close, but then when it comes to lots of muscles and pecs, a little harder. A little bit harder. I don't have those muscles. I mean, most people don't. Okay, I got a question for you guys. If someone could, what actor would be good for the darkness, Jackie Estacado, in a movie? Who would you guys cast? Yes, Echo, that's what John is for. Well, here's the thing is, clearly he is attached to John, so I feel like I'm just providing him food and taking him outside to use the bathroom, and that's the extent of my obligations to the dog. But he's a Papa's boy. It's clear. He's so spoiled. Keanu Reeves. Oh man, that's a good one. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Maybe once upon a time I would have easily said Keanu, but I see him as John Wick now. It's kind of hard not to unsee in Neo. Okay, yeah, let me think. Now that I asked you guys that question, I should try to figure out who I would cast as Jackie as well. I think if Antonio Banderas was how much younger? Maybe 30 years younger, it'd work. A long time ago, I thought he'd be a great cast for Jackie. Razor, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Wow, well, we gotta find the perfect Jackie somehow. Yes, Stefan, John has become the alpha. I suppose that's what you call it when you're in love with a dog. He's gonna treat you better than me, where I just discipline and I'm like, no. I say no to everything he does, so he probably doesn't like me very much. Sebastian Stan. I feel like we're getting really close to someone right now. Like, it's just, I'm just missing somebody in my head that I think would be perfect for Jackie. I mean, how old would you say he would be in the movie, ideally? Would we start from the beginning where he realizes he realizes he can't do anything with himself? Well, maybe we could go like there should be some jumping around like at the beginning, his origins, and then you could fast forward a little bit. Or I like the early part of the story. I feel like it's really cool. I would like to have Magdalena in the story too. You know, I think that'd be really cool. Or at least Witchblade. Or the Angelus, of course. The Angelus would be amazing. Michael Fassbender. Um. No, I don't know. I mean, there's some actors who manage to play a couple of different superheroes all to themselves. Think about that. Like, they get to be different superheroes. Like, Chris Evans. And I'm sure there's a couple other guys. We're gonna have to continue this when I actually come up with somebody next time. Because trying to draw Jackie is kind of hard to use the other part of my brain to recall certain things. Trying to make sure his hand doesn't go off the paper. I want his head to tilt further, like a little bit more, so gotta be brave. He erased his whole entire face. I'm saying, yeah, I know. Wouldn't that be a cool movie? I mean, you'd have to make each individual movie, you know, like the MCU, and then make one where they're all together in the same movie. That would be cool. I would. Someone needs to contact Mark and then pitch that if they haven't already done it, which I'm sure they already thought about it. So I know, man. That would be the most easy sell. Would be the Top Cow universe. I keep saying that, but then I know it's not easy. There's a lot of commitment that goes into making a bunch of films from the same universe and then having it span decades sometimes. Thank you so much, John. Is it John Dunas? Thank you so much for joining. I'm feeling like I'm still getting warmed up right now, so hence the erasing and kind of like trying to find his face, basically. Trying to figure out his face. I should probably just do what I normally do and just have these guidelines right here and then just go to the darkling, so I can get my dopamine hit from drawing this piece. Oh, camera died. Oh, Spawn. Yeah, that's what I heard. Or at least that's what I assumed. Because it has been a minute since he said that they were gonna. Who did they cast for Spawn, by the way? I didn't catch that information. Hello, SSP Artistic. Jamie Foxx. Ah, gotcha. Awesome. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure if it was a rumor or if it was confirmed. That's awesome. I should probably put my glove on. Hello, Black Tigress. Thank you for joining us. Oh, that would be awesome to film. I think nowadays everybody's starting to realize that too much digital just takes the realism out of even movies that are fantasy based. You have to have some level of reality. Like if the background is mostly CG, I kind of, it takes away from the IP in my opinion. I mean, now you have AI doing a bunch of stuff that's almost as good as some, or if not better than some of the studios. So it's like the more practical effects you could use, the better it's gonna look. Stefan, yeah, I was thinking about on the shoulder or in his hand, or maybe on a shoulder and his hand, because it just helps with the composition and makes the piece look more interesting. I'm going to sharpen this pencil with my X-Acto knife. State of the art. It's okay to be late. Trust me, because I was late and super last minute too. So it's not like I gave you guys fair warning. I created the thumbnail for this live stream like an hour or 2 hours before I had the stream. So I have shavings all over my desk. I don't care. I don't care. So much going on right now. Nice and sharp. So that we could finalize this pencil in an hour. Hopefully less. Oh, awesome, state of the art. How many of you guys are actually drawing right now? Or what are you doing while you're watching the live stream? I figured you guys would be doing something else and then kind of looking up every now and then to see how far along I've gotten, because I'm not that fast, so not a whole lot of changes in a few minutes, and then plus I erase a lot, so. Okay, so we'll have one darkness here and one right here. I love this pencil, and I love how stubby it is right now. We'll draw the one with the cap, backwards cap, right here. He's my favorite darkling because he's very distinctive, his design. what pose to give him yet, but his head is there, so that's a start. He's got some teethers on him. It's funny. I might end up doing his hair before I even do his face, because I'm not quite sure how I want it to look yet. Maybe I should just slow down, try to figure this out first. Would hate to not finish his face before we stop the live stream. I think it's because I have a particular look I'm going for with the shape of his face and his eyes, and if I'm not hitting those marks, I don't know if I want to start rendering it out. So So we just have a darkling and no Jackie. So I'm trying to tilt his head and turn it a little bit more. But not too much. So I'm gonna have to indicate where his mouth is just to render his face pretty close to what I had in mind. Something is throwing me off right now. I don't know what it is. Okay, I think I got the right angle. So just the problem I was having was I didn't draw his skull, and I started doing the hair, and that threw his proportions off a little bit and his face, so he didn't look as cool. And yeah, so when in doubt, just draw the skeleton or the skull. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the Darkling, his pose, because he makes like interesting hand gestures and let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna add his hair now. I think it should be good to add some hair. And let's see here. So I'll finalize his what do you call it? The pattern on his mask. Once I feel like I've done the hair and the poses correctly. I'm so indecisive about the angle of the hair, I think I'll go like, may have it go forward a little bit, but just don't know what to do with the front. And I'm looking at Mark Silvestri's rendition of him, so of course I'm like, ugh, kind of mesmerized by his line work that I'm getting distracted. Okay, where are we at here? Come on, hair, do your thing. Maybe I need to get another reference photo. So much great art, you guys, on all the darkness things that I'm seeing here. Let's see if I can get this right here. I'm just gonna take this line off for now until get a little further because it looks kind of funny, like it's his mouth. Okay. I'm throwing my own art style out the window right now since I'm not used to drawing him. But maybe I could come back and add a little touch of how I render characters usually. The face, the eyes, and angles. I'm just rambling right now. I don't know what I'm saying. Thinking out loud. Plus, this piece of paper is at an angle, so I have to look on the camera on the live stream just to see if the proportions are correct. Because I'm looking at it from at an angle, so it's like the bottom is stretched out, and so that's why when you draw comic books, because of the size of the paper, you want to draw at an angle so everything is proportionate versus stretched out or something. I used to draw flat, before I got a drafting table, and everything looked good from, flat. But then when I angled it, I'm like, oh, yeah, the proportions weren't correct. Maybe he just folds his arms right here, and his legs are coming up like a gargoyle, Yes, it's very dramatic and sexy. I like my men with nice flowy hair, like from those romance novels. I'm just joking. Like Thor's hair. So sexy. We're getting there. It always takes me a bit just to kind of get warmed up and used to the characters that I'm drawing. I wanted to draw more of his arm, but I don't think we're gonna be able to. In fact, you know what? Because I can't draw his whole entire arm, instead of just having it here, I think I'm just gonna bring these what do you call it? Prongs to the front, a little over his arm. just to create like a frame to frame everything. Yeah. Yeah, this is I wonder. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is try to get to indicate all the lines and maybe keep a few things in here, but you see how it's starting to get smear and smudgy. I think you've seen David Finch do this, where he takes his kneaded eraser and then he kind of goes over it so you can kind of see the lines instead of using a light box, and then you go in there and you add the final pencils that way. So that's another technique so that you save time instead of using a light box. But you know, sometimes if you're working on interior pages and you have to show your editor and writers and all that your what you plan on doing with the story, a lot of times you have to do small layouts, so you can't really do it that way. But when it comes to penciling a page, usually you could get away with doing this, and you know, kind of go over a little bit and then start to put in the final lines. But I don't have a kneaded eraser, so it just erases more than it needs to. Okay, so what are we doing with the hair here? Hey, Robbie Digital. It's okay. I keep changing the time on you guys, so I don't expect you to be here early or on time for that matter, because there's no such thing. Okay, no more just erasing. Let's try to lock this thing in. Lock it down. Oh wait, we're missing a darkling. We're gonna have to have a cute one, like use the palm of his hand or something. Let me see if I can find a cute small one. I could just make one up, I guess. Oh, that was cool. Oh man, there's so much cool darkness art online. It's like it gets a little overwhelming because I'm using all these references and they're different artists too. That was cool. I like that. Huh. I think this is Stefan's version of them. That's what it looks like. Okay, let's do the hair. Get it over with. I like the fact that he has dark hair. You know, I could kind of, I wouldn't say it's cheating, but here's a little trick. Instead of going and drawing every single hair strand, I just black this area in right here, and then go in and erase the strands that I want, and then finalize those strands instead of just sitting here trying to find the form and the shape, which is not coming to me easily right now. In fact, you know what? I gotta like hold it up in my mirror and reverse it so I get the angle correct. Otherwise, it feels like it's lopsided and everything is going to one side. So I'm looking at a mirror on my desk and trying to make sure everything's proportionate and stuff. do it one more time. This is reversing it in the mirror is a pretty standard pretty standard thing that artists do. I learned it from a lot of different artists to flip your canvas, and in photo, whether it's Photoshop or in real life. Plus the mirror acts as like, you make facial expressions and poses and stuff, so it's great to have a mirror as to use as reference as well. I know there's some of my friends, they take pictures of themselves, and I think I'm a little lazy or else I'd be doing that too. Every once in a while, if it's like a full body pose and I can't really, do it from scratch, I will pose because I can't see the back of my, back of my body or anything like that. Otherwise, I just use the mirror. I thought of something else I wanted to draw just because I like how it looks. Those not darklings, but like the darkness, they look like monsters that come out like serpents. I think that would be cool instead. So let's see if I could show you how they look. Did my camera die again? Ooh, that's a good picture of his mask. I don't want to lose that picture, so maybe this one. That's kind of small. I like the way, see this. That one looks cool. That one looks pretty cool. Okay. I like their teeth. I think it looks awesome. Okay, so let's do that again. I did it wrong. It has like a thick neck, and ooh, it's kind of like a dinosaur or snake, serpent, like I said. I like their teeth. It looks like a T-Rex right now, but here's the jaw. And his teeth on the outside. I love drawing their teeth, it's so cool. I love drawing female characters, but man, it's so fun to draw creatures and just something else. You could add all this detail and design. I think we have to make it look less T-Rexy, so maybe sharper teeth at the I think it's like goes up like this, and then jagged teeth, a lot like the Venom. I think that'd be kind of cool. think this piece would be a lot of fun to ink, actually. I was super tempted to draw Ghost Rider today after seeing the film movie announcement, but I'm like, no, I said I was going to draw Darkness, and it's going to be fun. So here we are. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't look like a T-Rex. So, or a dinosaur. His teeth were too perfect, I think, maybe. And maybe more teeth towards the back. Yeah, I think more teeth makes it look more like a monster. Maybe put one more back here. Just to balance out this the composition. We'll have another monster right here. Creature, demon type thing. At some point we'll render it, but for now, okay, I think we'll go like this. Maybe one more right here, and just balance. It's always about balancing out the composition. It's a lot like when I draw poison ivy. I'll make her plant creatures, frame her a little bit. So, and they're all gonna look kind of slightly different, so they have their own personality, I guess. And if I want to ink this piece, I kind of want it to keep some of him pretty mysterious. So this would be really dark right here. And sometimes when we're doing interior art, they'll do X's, but I don't need to do that because I'm not leaving this for someone else to ink. Hello, magical posters. JD, I did. You know what? So that's what I was thinking. So David Finch did draw The Darkness with Batman. That was an amazing book. I love that one so much, and it was slightly thicker than the other book, so it was a great deal. It was right before the Witchblade Darkness crossover, wasn't it? Or was it afterwards? I'm trying to remember. It's a torn off T-shirt, I think. Be kind of cool. Um, uh, it's like they call it a darkling, so it's a creature, probably inspired by a gargoyle or a bat, you know. So yeah, it's basically a creature with a backwards cap. He's one of the more popular darklings from the comic book series. I don't know what to do with his hand yet, or his claws, so I'm just gonna keep it right here for now. Go back to try to refine some of Jackie. Because of the size of his head, I have to enlarge his body more for proportion's sake. In fact, you know what? Let me work on his arm, because it's in the foreground, and I wanted to kind of draw you in a little bit. It's very intricate detail on his armor. I think that's why I love these comics back in the day, where you put all this detail into the design and everything. And when you need to add some shading and shapes and shadow, like underneath here, it's good just to go with the side of your pencil. It's kind of funny, this piece, with as much detail as there is in his armor and the style, I'm actually relaxed. This is fun. I'm not stressed out like trying to draw something else. I think I've been itching to draw The Darkness for a long time, but I was never given the opportunity to do it for work. Not really, at least. I should take that back. I shouldn't say I wasn't given the opportunity as much as there was always something else I was chasing. Wish Monkey, I think backgrounds. Just because there's just so much going on, and if you don't do the backgrounds, if you don't actually draw backgrounds, then you kind of lose the story. So I think backgrounds, like effective backgrounds, because you could draw boring backgrounds, but I learned a long time ago you gotta put some time and effort into designing it, because setting is very important, especially in comic books like Batman and stuff, where Gotham is a character in itself, and that's what I was taught. And so ever since then, I always try to focus on getting good at drawing backgrounds. So. Since I've been mostly coloring and doing other stuff with my comic book, I kind of miss just penciling without any stress of trying to tell a story. Just doing the line art. I feel like the darkling is taking over the drawing. It's not a Jackie drawing or a darkness drawing, it's just the darkling. But I'm okay with that because I think he's adorable. Let's just give him like a gargoyle pose, I guess. No, maybe not. Right here. Oh, you're welcome, Wish Monkey. Nephilim, thank you. Yeah, he is a handsome man. I wonder if my what kind of lead this is, because if this is Mitsubishi, then it would be dark enough to add the final details to his hair, but I don't think it's dark enough. Give me a second. Oh my god, I sat for so long, my legs hurt. So I have my pencil lead down here. I think I want like a bee lead or something soft. Okay, here we go. What a mess. Okay, here we go. feisty right now, John. You're a good boy. Barrister. Did you just like... Oh. He's biting his harness. This is what I'm doing when you're not in here, Bear. Well, he knows that because I'll bring him in here sometimes and he'll sit still for like 2 seconds and then he'll start trying to chew on my Wacom tablet and my pencils. I haven't bear-proofed my room yet. Oh, buddy, what's all this stuff on your fur? I can smell his it's like a fish breath from his snack. Oh my gosh. It's funny because it'll say birthday cake on their food, but when you smell it, you could tell it's like salmon or some other flavor. So they trick, it's for the human to think it's a birthday cake, but really it's salmon. Oh. Here, buddy. Ooh, he spit it. It's all wet. Aw. Okay, Razor X Sketch. Have a good day at work. We've got flowy hair, finally, after all like all the erasing. Aw, 6 months old. Bear is only, I think, 15 weeks now. 15 weeks old. He gets into everything, and I thought he was a really good dog until I realized he didn't know what anything was. And now when he sees people, he starts howling like a banshee in the elevator. Wish monkey? I don't know. How long did it take me? It's like a slow process. So I lost track. I just know I keep, whenever I get work, I'm like grateful, and that's all I care about. It's like the more work I get, that means I'm doing okay. Okay, so we're not gonna get this piece done, but I feel like we got through a lot of the hard part, the layout, right? I think. Okay, let's get his mask finalized. Okay. So there's like a really strong part right here for his cheekbones. And then, let's see, it goes up like this. Oh my God, Bear. Does he want to be picked up again? Yay, we've got face. Aww. We're gonna have to. You know what? Do I have a section for pets in the Discord? Should we make a separate section just for pet photos? Or not even just pet photos, but like animal photos. It'd be nice. I saw a skit the other day. I don't know if I should bring it up because it's unless you have to pick up dog, poop. It's not as funny. Or when people do it to you, it's like some guy was like holding his dog poop like it was, in those bags as if it's nothing, and then he's talking to somebody and it's just like, oh, so gross, but it was hilarious. Yeah, pet photos and memes, that would be awesome. Okay, I'll do that. I'll go ahead and start it. Maybe when I come back from the golf tournament today. I love animals like so much. Waited so long just to get my own pet because I've taken care of my family's pets and friends' pets, but never had my own. So this is gonna be fun to ink, I think. If I ink it and maybe color it, I don't know. We'll see. I do miss doing just black and white art for the most part. That's awesome, Queen. Yeah, he's awesome. Great design, great story. Do you guys remember the game that came out and you don't get to see his face all because it's a first person game? I was disappointed because I wanted to see him in his costume and stuff. But I understand why they did it. It was popular to have first person shooters back then, plus it's probably easier than to try to render all that stuff on him in the darkness. I would want chickens, and I would want a horse or two. I was so close to doing that when we were living in the cabin, but we can't have horses, so, or chickens for that matter. No, I don't know what you call it, farm animals, I guess. It was part of the HOA, so couldn't have them. I think one thing at a time though. Just got a dog, so I'm gonna have to wait a little longer for all this other stuff to happen. I should make him, if you could see his shirt, maybe when I render it, 9-inch Nails t-shirt on the Darkling, because you guys were talking about it, and it would fit perfectly because he's like a rocker, a metalhead type of Darkling. This is going to be so much fun to ink. Okay, it's... So I'm just gonna shade this part in for maybe when I decide to ink, but then I could also just erase areas that I want to add detail into. It's a good shortcut for like if you want really dramatic looking pieces. Pennywise Darkling, yeah, I kind of like that, right? His face. Where'd my eraser go? Oh. My camera keeps dying. Okay, we have a few more minutes. I don't think we did too badly with how much we got done today. I'm just gonna shade these, I guess you could call them, what would you call these? Part of the darkness, right? Like the serpent, dragon type thing. Monsters. And then I could just add detail later. And what's nice is it's called the darkness, so you don't have to see, everything doesn't have to be in the light, you know, it could just be silhouette, like, you know. Are you guys going outside? Going outside? Bear? Hey, Bear. I don't know if I like how that looks, but you get the idea. I'll put this back here, and then another one right here. So we're gonna put another darkling over here. I just don't have anything planned yet, so I was just gonna... Do you need help? Oh, wonderful. Maybe I just put bat wings right here just so we I want like a winged one. Or gargoyle wings. And maybe like a demon tail or something with a pointy tail, like a really long one. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. You know, it'd be fun to draw for me personally. It'd be the Angelus. She'd be fun to draw. Maybe this darkling is in love with Jackie, and we'll have him looking up, like almost like a dragon, right? A demon dragon. making the story up as I go. Oops, sorry guys. No, okay, that's too cute. Okay, maybe the eyes, the mouth is like, okay. How to train your darkling. Maybe you don't have eyes. Maybe it doesn't have eyes. I don't know. Maybe it has. Let me see. What do we have as an example of a winged darkling? Okay, I see one. That one looks cool. I'm trying to figure out what to do with his face because I don't want it to be cute. Well, you know, it could be cute, but it has to be kind of scary. Okay, we're gonna have to keep this one in the dark until I can figure something out. But it's important to get the silhouette down, I think. So I want it to be kind of skinny. So I'll try to finish it before next week. Then we could ink it on the live stream or we'll figure something out. But I want to work on this a little bit more, I think. Just kind of, it'd be fun to ink something like this. Something detailed and a little darker than what I'm usually live streaming. I have to go get ready for the golf tournament with my friend's son. And then I will see you guys next week. And sure we'll have a really big update on Neo Wonderland. Josh is finishing up some stuff. So we're getting super close, you guys. Few more sleepless days and nights and you're gonna see the book. Thank you so much, JD. I hope you like it so far. This was so much fun to draw. Here you go. I'm gonna put it right here so that I could screen grab it for the thumbnail for the live stream since I don't have a thumbnail right now. We got this down here. I think the one is to be more like this. I think his mouth needs to be way wider, just so it looks more like a monster than it does a dinosaur. thank you so much again, you guys. So I think we're gonna ink this one next week. I'm going to, you know, clean up some of the pencils maybe so I could have it ready to ink and finalize the dragon, or sorry, see, I already called the you know, darklings. And I will probably scan the pencils again, and then you guys could also ink if you want to. You could ink along even next week. So as soon as I'm done with the pencils, I'll go ahead and put it in the Discord. You guys could download the file and try to play around with it. Let me know if you have any problems downloading the file on your end, because it's on my website, so I'm not sure if you guys have tried yet, but I'm excited to design this one right here. I said I'm gonna be done, but I'm just waiting for the... John just took Bear out to use the bathroom, so as soon as they get back, I have to get ready. Anyways, this was a lot of fun. And you know what? And I was a few minutes late, so I should just keep drawing up until that point. Thank you so much, JD. I'm gonna scroll up and say goodbye to you guys in a few minutes. So let's try to lock in this darkness right here, or sorry, this what do you call it? What's the word for them, you guys? I know you know what it is. I don't remember. I know that the creatures or the little guys are the darklings, but what do you call them? The ones that kind of like just come out, kind of like snakes and serpents. Thank you, Tone War. Big sketch. Let's make this one have like really sharp teeth. Jagged. I mean, eat your heart out. Venom. I'm just joking. Venom's teeth are pretty gnarly, so. Alrighty, whew, I was holding my breath the whole time. Interesting. Serpentine tendrils, that's what I'd call them. Oh, I love it. Good call. Queen Violet 8. Alrighty, you guys. Well, I think I will call it a break for now because we're not done with it yet. But you know, we'll work on this next week. Oh, perfect timing. The dog is back. I'm about ready to finish on it, so. Alrighty, I'm gonna scroll up to say bye to everybody. And we have a crazy dog. Oh my gosh, he has my sock. It's a dirty sock. He's not gonna let it go. You have to tickle him, John. Hasta luego. It's his now, exactly. I'm not wearing that sock. It's probably wet. Ugh. Alrighty, please say bye to me, and then I could go ahead and say bye to you guys. That way, if I scroll all the way up and I miss somebody, I apologize. So, Echo, JD, Stefan, Queen Violet, Richard, State of the Art, Jordan, Reckitt, Aiden Martinez, Nephilim, Stephanie, Wish Monkey, Joel I Am, hello and goodbye. Tori DeBerg, just let him have it, John. He's not going to let it go. I'll deal with him afterwards. He's got my sock. Brian, thank you. Tone, hello and goodbye. Sure, and Vince, if you're still in here, and Arthur, if you're still in here. Grendel, peace. Selseric, and I already said bye to Richard. Okay, I think I got most everybody. Bellarout, McCloud. And if I missed you guys, I apologize. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Alrighty, you guys. Sorry, dog is distracting me. So, alright, I will see you guys next week. We're going to go ahead and try to ink this piece. It was a lot of fun, and thank you guys for hanging out with me again last minute. So I will see you next week. Bye.